To begin with, I would like to express how pleased I am to speak before you today at the invitation of the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology of India. Thank you, dear Secretary Meiti Sri Ajay Shonay. Discussing how we can best utilize AI is a need of our times. The fact that India dedicates a 5-day event to it and gathers such a wide and high-level range of stakeholders illustrates again that this country is at the forefront of today's and tomorrow's challenges. And this is one of the reasons why France is fully committed to the deepening of its cooperation with India on digital technologies and cybersecurity. We have set our common approach on those key issues in an ambitious and concrete roadmap in 2019. On AI, both from the research and governance point of view, unsurprisingly stands at the core of it. In fact, a milestone has been reached this week with Indian Center for Development of Advanced Computing and French company Atos announcing that they will jointly build India's fastest AI supercomputer, PARAM Siddhi. I could not agree more with the way Prime Minister Modi, in his opening of RAISE, laid out both the opportunities in education, agriculture, healthcare, urbanization, etc., and the challenges of AI. The current crisis has indeed highlighted how much digital and new technologies like AI are a valuable tool for our societies and economies, which help us to fight the pandemic and will be a key component in the post-crisis period. But along with benefits, and no one should be left behind for what regards those benefits, there are also challenges: abuse of personal data, bias amplification, inclusion of the diversity, sovereignty. We will have to mitigate those challenges to ensure trust. On this, France fully shares India's position expressed by Prime Minister Modi. Sound algorithm governance is key to establish this trust. The growing influence of algorithms on our lives reinforces AI's place in public debate. For example, when we consulted the supporters of the Paris Call for Trust and Security in Cyberspace earlier this year, artificial intelligence was the technology most cited by participants in terms of both potential destabilizing impact and promising applications. Therefore, we have to increase our cooperation in order to maximize the benefits of AI for our economies and societies and mitigate the risks. The involvement of all stakeholders in this inclusive and ambitious debate, governments, civil society, private sectors, academics and experts, is a prerequisite and will be the main source of innovation. I want to insist on this. And to allow this involvement, transparency, accountability, and protection of privacy are key. Many multilateral initiatives, including multi-stakeholder dialogue, have emerged to bring an answer to this question. For example, at the United Nations level, with the Secretary General's Roadmap on Digital Cooperation, and the UNESCO's work on a legal instrument on the ethics of AI. We are also deeply involved on regional initiatives regarding ethics of AI within the European Union and the Council of Europe. And of course, there is the work of the OECD with its recommendation on AI, which inspired the G20 AI principles. Many other initiatives exist all over the world at a regional level. So, at this stage, I think we can agree that we do not lack institutional mechanisms for collaboration regarding AI. Our contribution on this matter is, of course, the Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence, GPAI, that we have created with India, Canada, and 12 other founding members: Australia, Germany, Italy, Japan, Mexico, New Zealand, the Republic of Korea, Singapore, Slovenia, the United Kingdom, the United States of America, and the European Union. Together, we have come to the same conclusions that we have to defend democratic values to better contribute to the global dialogue on AI and to promote a human-centric vision of AI that is respectful of human rights. The OECD recommendation on AI forms the basis of these democratic values. UNESCO, with its expertise on ethics, was also involved in this process and will continue to participate. This initiative will permit an upstream dialogue between the best scientists and experts and public decision makers, which is a key condition for designing effective responses and recommendations necessary to cope with current and future challenges faced by our societies. We have identified 4 priority topics: responsible AI, data governance, future of work, innovation and commercialization. Moreover, the current crisis has obviously led us to include a focus on how to answer to the current pandemic with an impulsion from the G7 this year. The GPAI will be supported by 2 centers of expertise in Paris, piloted by INRIA, or National Institute for Research in Digital Sciences and Technology, and Montreal, and a secretariat hosted at the OECD to maximize synergies with this organization. This launch is a tremendous satisfaction for us after 2 years of very hard work with our Canadian partners since 2018. I hope I didn't say too much, because Elisabeth Thomas-Reynaud, I say hello, the head of the Secretariat, is on the panel and she will develop further. I will then rather focus on why France initiated GPAI and how it matches perfectly with the objectives and values France is promoting regarding this technology, the construction of an AI for humanity. First, it highlights that we don't have to be afraid to say that we have values, that these values, human rights, are democratic and universal, and that we have to defend them. Secondly, it sends a signal that our values will shape technology and technical choices, and not the opposite. Those messages are really important and must structure our actions, because without these values, without ethics, we'll never reach a trustworthy AI. To conclude, I want to highlight the importance of maintaining a constant dialogue and foster cooperation between these initiatives and with the amazing debates within scientific, business, and civil society communities. I wish a very good debate to the participants. Thank you.